Hi, today we're going to learn to solve problems using calculus, specifically derivatives. So our goal is to solve navigation and seamanship problems using calculus. However, remember that speed or velocity is the derivative of distance, and acceleration is the first derivative of speed or velocity, and the second derivative of distance. So let us start solving problems. We have example number 1. A ship is sailing a straight path, and its position is given by S of t equals 4t squared minus 2t plus 5, where S of t is measured in nautical miles and t is measured in hours. Find the velocity of the ship at time t and determine its speed at t equals 3 hours. Now, remember, again, we have said earlier that velocity is the derivative of distance, and in this case, distance is represented by our position function. So, to solve this problem, we have to find first the derivative of our position function to get the function for velocity. So, the derivative of our position function is 4 times 2 t raised to 2 minus 1 minus 2 times 1 plus 0. Again, we do this by using our differentiation rules. So to simplify, this will become s prime of t equals 8t minus 2. This now is our velocity of the ship at time t. And to solve for the speed at 3 hours, we have to substitute 3 hours in our variable t. So we have here s prime of 3 equals 8 times 3 minus 2. That will be 24 minus 2. Or to simplify that further, that's 22 knots, because distance is given in nautical miles and time is in hours. Therefore, the velocity of the ship at time t is given by s prime of t equals 8t minus 2, and its speed at 3 hours is 22 knots. So again, let's make a recap to solve this problem. First, we get the derivative of the position function, and second, we substitute our given time in the variable t using our function for velocity, which is the derivative of the position function. Let's try another problem. A ship is sailing a straight path and its position function is given by S of t equals t cubed minus 2t squared plus 10t, where S of t is measured in kilometers and t is measured in hours. What is the ship's velocity at time t when it is 4 hours? Again, to solve this problem, we first have to get the derivative of the function s of t equals t cubed minus 2t squared plus 10t. And its derivative is 3 times 2 or 3 times t squared minus 4t plus 10. Again, we use our differentiation rules to find its derivative. Then, to find the speed at t equals 4 hours, we substitute 4 in our given velocity function. That is 3 times 4 squared minus 4 times 4 plus 10. To simplify, we get 48 minus 16 plus 10. Okay, and that gives us 42 kilometers per hour, because distance is measured in kilometers and time is measured in hours. Therefore, we conclude that the velocity of the ship at time t is given by 3t squared minus 4t plus 10. And the speed at t equals 4 hours is 42 kilometers per hour. Again, steps include: get the derivative first of the position function, and then substitute the value of t in your velocity function. Okay? I hope you got the strategy. For example number 3, if you want to try solving this on your own, you may pause this video. Okay, now let's discuss. A ship is sailing a straight path and its position function is given by S of t equals 8t squared minus 75t plus 15, where S of t is measured in nautical miles and t is measured in hours. What is the ship's velocity at time t equals 6 hours? Again, we first get the derivative of our function s of t equals 8t squared minus 75t plus 15. So that is 8 times 2t raised to 2 minus 1 minus 75 times 1 plus 0. Again, we use our differentiation rules. For 8t squared, we use our constant multiple rule for 75 minus 1, and the constant rule for 15 because 15 is a constant. To simplify, we get 16t minus 75. This is now our velocity function. And to get our velocity or speed at t equals 6 hours, we substitute that in our velocity function, 16t minus 75. So that's 16 times 6 minus 75. We get 96 minus 75 or 21 knots. Therefore, the velocity of the ship at time t is given by s prime of t equals 16t minus 75, and its speed at t equals 6 hours is 21 knots. Ready for another example? Again, you may pause this video if you want to solve example 4 on your own. Okay, now let's discuss how we solve this. A ship is sailing in a path and its position function is given by s of t equals t cubed minus 3t squared minus 20t, where s of t is measured in kilometers and t is measured in hours. Find the velocity of the ship at time t and determine its speed at t equals 5 hours. Again, to solve, we get the derivative of the position function, s of t equals t cubed minus 3t squared minus 20t. And its derivative, s prime of t, is 3t raised to 3 minus 1 minus 3 times 2, t raised to 2 minus 1 minus 20 times 1. Simplify that, we get 3t squared minus 6t minus 20. Now, to get the speed at 5 hours, we substitute 5 in our variable t. That gives us 3 times 5 squared minus 6 times 5 minus 20. 3 times 5 squared is 75 minus 6 times 5 is 30 minus 20. 75 minus 30 minus 20 gives us 25 kilometers per hour. Therefore, the velocity of the ship at time t is given by s prime of t equals 3t squared minus 6t minus 20. And the speed at 5 hours is 25 kilometers per hour. For example 5, again, if you want to solve this on your own, you may pause this video. Okay, now let's discuss how we solve this problem. A ship is sailing in a path and its position function is given by s of t equals t cubed minus 3t squared plus 4t, where s of t is measured in kilometers and t is measured in hours. Now find the velocity of the ship at time t and determine its speed at 6 hours. Again, we start by getting the derivative of the function s of t equals t cubed minus 3t squared plus 4t. So we get the derivative to find the velocity function. That's 3t raised to 3 minus 1 minus 3 times 2t raised to 2 minus 1 plus 4 times 1. Simplify that and we get 3t squared minus 6t plus 4. Again, to find the speed at 6 hours, we substitute t with 6. That gives us 3 times 6 squared minus 6 times 6 plus 4. 3 times 6 squared is 108 minus 6 times 6 is 36 plus 4. 108 minus 36 plus 4 gives us 76 kilometers per hour. Therefore, the velocity of the ship at time t is given by s prime of t equals 3t squared minus 6t plus 4. and its speed at t equals 6 hours is 76 kilometers per hour. I hope this is all clear to everybody. Now, let's discuss another kind of problem. If a container yard can accommodate X, which is measured in thousands of shipping containers, then their monthly profit in million dollars is given by P of X equals negative 8x squared plus 3,200x minus 80,000. How many shipping containers will generate the maximum profit? Now, this problem is asking for maximum profit. So this kind of problem is called optimization problem. For this kind of problem, we are not given the value of x. Hence, we still start with getting the derivative of the function. And derivative of p of x equals negative 8x squared plus 3,200x minus 80,000 is given by negative 8 times 2x raised to 2 minus 1 plus 3,200 times 1 minus 0. We simplify, we get p prime of x equals negative 16x plus 3,200. Now, since we don't have any value given for x, we will be the one to find the value of x. Hence, we equate our p prime of x to 0 and solve for x. So our p prime of x here is negative 16x plus 3,200. Then we equate it to 0 and solve for x. First thing to do is transfer 3,200 to the right side of our equation. This will become negative 16x equals negative 3,200. Our goal is to eliminate all other numbers with x. And to eliminate negative 16, we divide both sides of our equation by negative 16. So negative 16 will be cancelled out. Hence, we get x equals 200. However, remember that x is measured in thousands. Okay, based on our problem, x in thousands. So hence, our answer is not only 200. Instead, we have 200,000 shipping containers can generate a maximum profit. Again, for this kind of problem, we first get the derivative, equate it to 0, and solve for the value of our unknown variable. Let's try another one. If you want to solve this problem on your own, you may pause this video. Now let's solve. If a container yard can accommodate X, again in thousands, of shipping containers, then their monthly profit in million dollars is given by P of X equals 9x squared minus 2,700x minus 70,000. How many shipping containers will generate the maximum profit? Again, we start with finding the derivative of P of X. And P of X is 9x squared minus 2,700x minus 70,000. Derivative of that is 9 times 2, x raised to 2 minus 1, minus 2,700 times 1, minus 0. Simplify, we get 18x minus 2,700. Again, to solve for x, we equate 18x minus 2,700 to 0. So, first thing to do, we transfer 2,700 to the right side of our equation. And we will have 18x equals positive 2,700. To eliminate 18, we divide both sides of our equation by 18. And we simplify, we now get x equals 150. Therefore, we can say that there are 150,000 shipping containers because x is in thousands, can generate a maximum profit. Again, start with getting the derivative, then equate your function, the derivative function, to 0 and solve for the unknown variable. Let's try another problem. A container vessel can accommodate X, again in thousands of shipping containers. Then, their annual profit in $1,000,000 is given by P of X equals negative 16x squared plus 7,200x plus 100,000. How many shipping containers will give or will generate the maximum profit? Again, we start with finding the derivative of the function P of x equals negative 16x squared plus 7,200x plus 100,000. Derivative will be negative 16 times 2x raised to 2 minus 1 plus 7,200 times 1 plus 0. To simplify, we get P prime of x equals negative 32x plus 7,200. Then, we equate our P prime of x to 0 to solve for x. So we have negative 32x plus 7,200 equals 0. We transfer 7,200 to the right side of our equation. We get negative 32x equals negative 7,200. Again, to cancel out negative 32, we divide both sides of our equation by negative 32. And negative 7,200 divided by negative 32 gives us 225. Again, since x is measured in thousands, we say that there are 225,000 shipping containers, which can generate a maximum profit. Okay, again, to summarize, we get the derivative, then equate it to 0 and solve for x. Now, let's try a different problem. A ship is traveling and its position function is given by s of t equals 2t cubed minus 2t squared minus 12t, where s of t is measured in kilometers and t is measured in hours. The fuel consumption rate in liters per hour is given by f of t equals 2t plus 4. Determine the time at which the ship's fuel efficiency is optimized. Again, this is another example of an optimization problem. However, in this case, we're trying to optimize fuel efficiency. To solve, we have to define first the fuel efficiency function. So fuel efficiency, which is given by E of t, is given by the quotient of the distance, S of t, and the fuel consumption rate, F of t. So S of t is 2t cubed minus 2t squared minus 12t, and F of t is 2t plus 4. So we divide S of t by F of t. So let us factor out or simplify this first. So 2t cubed minus 2t squared minus 12t could be simplified as 2t times t squared minus t minus 6. And 2t plus 4 could be simplified or could be factored out as 2 times t plus 2. Meanwhile, t squared minus t minus 6 could still be factored out as t minus 3 and t plus 2. Hence, 2t cubed minus 2t squared minus 12t could be factored out completely as 2t plus t minus 3 plus t plus 2. And 2t plus 4 could be factored out as 2 times t plus 2. And looking at our function, we can cancel out the common factors 2 and t plus 2. Hence, we only get t times t minus 3, or using our distributive property, we get t squared minus 3t. From here, we now have our fuel efficiency function. Now, we have to get the derivative of our E of t or our fuel efficiency function, t squared minus 3t. So, derivative of this is 2 times t raised to 2 minus 1 minus 3 times 1. Or, to simplify, we get E prime of t equals 2t minus 3. Now, again, we have to equate our E of t or E prime of t, which is 2t minus 3 to 0 and solve for t. So, transfer 3 or negative 3 to the other side of the equation, we get 2t equals 3. To cancel out 2, we divide both sides by 2, and we get 3/2 hours. Therefore, we can say that the ship's fuel efficiency is optimized at 3/2 or 1.5 hours. So I hope everybody gets how to solve these problems. So thank you very much for listening and happy solving!